feel the heat, but we don't wanna let go. We answer questions that we ask alone. I hear the words, but they're coming out an echo. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? Your nirvana. I feel a way I've never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? Give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender. Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 62nd episode of FNV. FNV is short for Friday Night VTubing, and this is a show where I, your host Zarastro, interview various VTubers from all over the community. And tonight, our wonderful guest will be Lucifer and Bubz. Well, I'm just going to call you Lucy. So, Lucy, please say hi, introduce yourself, and give our listeners a fun little interesting fact about yourself that they might not know.
Hello, my name is Lucy. I have a wonderful beholder named Bubz. I'm a devil dungeon master, and I guess what people don't really know is that I'm a wild sorcerer. I kind of make accidents happen, but only the good kind.
So you caused me? I had to do that joke. I'm not an accident, but I had to do it. I had the thought. And the urge is won. The urge is won that day. It is. I've felt the urge, and I had to. But so, wait, was that your fun little interesting fact that you make accidents happen, but only the happy kind?
Yeah, because most people don't really know that my D&D background. Like, they know that I cater to Dungeons and Dragons, but they're not like, what is Lucy? And it's like, oh, I'm a wild sorcerer. And they're like, oh, that's bad.
Like, oh, okay, I'll see. I mean, I can see it, but what? Okay, then let me jump into that question. What is your lore? What's the lore behind Lucy? Because I'm assuming your lore as a VTuber is also the lore as your character Lucy.
Yeah. So, this little beholder here was once my mentor. Before I, became this. I kind of chose like a demi-plane in hell to hide out in because it was the safest option. And I became a wild sorcerer with a small mastery of the arcane and a greater mastery in time manipulation. I just kind of searched for the better timeline.
Okay, and is this one? I don't think this is the best timeline. I think you could do better.
Yeah, I think I can definitely do better, but I like it here pretty good.
It's a comfy timeline. It's not the best, but it's aight. I think that's pretty much something that I could say about everything. Just it's aight.
I just get a snuggie and things will be fine.
Get a snuggie. Wait, is that like the blankets?
Yeah, like the wearable blanket.
Is it that? I saw one recently. Like I've seen it a while back, and then it popped back into my memory module recently because someone mentioned it, and I was like, wait, it's that blanket hoodie thing, right? A wearable blanket. I've never seen it though, like IRL. I don't think they exist down here in hell.
Yeah, probably not. It's a little hot down here, but it's fine.
Yeah,
It keeps the timeline comfy.
it is a bit hot. I mean, right now it's what's the tempo you're at, if you don't mind me asking?
The best thing I could compare it to in human terms is Australia.
Ah. I know, for me it's not that bad. I've got nice weather right now. It's 69 degrees. 21 Celsius for my non-American people. Including me. Because I had to convert that right there on the spot. But yeah, no, that's cool then. So then, what was the inspirations behind your design? Behind the character and building her into a VTuber?
So my hands kind of just do this thing where they create what they create. They have a mind of their own. Initially, I wanted to do like a mage with like this giant tome. And I knew an angel would not do. So I kind of ran with the idea because I wanted to connect more with like a darker theme with a lighter meaning. So I took the concept of don't judge a book by its cover and like turned it into its own person.
Okay. And then what was some of the visual inspirations? Like what inspired? I saw the tweet that you made the other day, with that lady from that one particular anime.
Oh no! I promise she is not an inspiration. I swear.
Is it just pure coincidence?
Pure coincidence. I mainly started with like a devil concept, and she just kind of popped out. And I was like, how could I make a devil into something that's D&D-esque? So I've played around with like the idea of leather. I played around with like different ropes, different textures, and that's where everything came out.
Okay, so everything's D&D related.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'm not the biggest D&D player myself. Like, definitely not. I've dabbled a bit when my brother forced me. Okay, no, I won't say forced. I will more say coerced. And I've got one friend who started a campaign with us in Pathfinder a bit ago, which we didn't get the time to pick up again because everybody got super busy and all that. But what brought on your love for D&D?
I started when I was like little baby devil. And I think it's just stayed with me for so long. I've had so many good memories, and I think that's why it stuck with me. Because I was always just a player. I was never like the overarching,
The DM.
all-powerful god.
Yeah. And then what got you into DMing?
I started writing my own world and just expanding upon it. And then I realized, oh, I don't have anyone to share this with. Maybe I should open these doors and be like, hey guys, you want to play a game?
How did you get people then? With like, where was it? Like at, I know some places have like, you know, tables and stuff. I forget what the place is called. It's like a game shop, kind of. Like I know there's one near me where you can just go and then set up a D&D session, and then like say, hey, I might need players or something. How does that work? Or how did it work back then?
I've never gone the game shop route. I've always done things digitally.
Okay, so it was always online.
Yeah, so they have like an application they've released, I think like a year or two ago called Tailspire, and they're always expanding on it. So it's a lot of like very easily customizable things for players where you can actually pull them into the game and they can control their own tokens. And I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Would you recommend that over Roll20?
Absolutely.
How's your experience been DMing on Roll20 if you have? Because my brother, as I mentioned, he's trying to DM stuff, and he's had quite a bunch of issues with Roll20.
It is convoluted. It is sorcery. It is like Monopoly if you took Monopoly and made like 10 Monopolies out of it.
5D Monopoly. It's 5D chess. But except it's more than just chess. Damn, okay. So what would you say are some of the best things about Tailspire? Other than, you know, as you mentioned now, the players being able to control their own tokens.
They have a like bazaar that you can go into and find other builds that people have made, and you can copy and paste them into the application. Everything is done 3D. There's like different lighting. You can open and close doors. You could be like, hey, players, you want to go in there? Just open that door. See what's in there. Oh, it's a dragon. Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds a lot better than Roll20. What the hell? 3D?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so is everything then like in a 3D thing, or does it just like, is it on a 2D plane with 3D models?
Everything is 3D. You can actually import Hero Forge models. I'm not sure if they've done that update yet, but they were working on it. And they have a lot of really cool stuff that they're starting to build. Like initially it's all blocks currently, but they're adding like a clay sculpting kind of aspect to it. And I was like, that's wild.
Damn. I can just imagine some people commissioning 3D artists or becoming 3D artists because of it. That's actually pretty cool. But okay, then how about the next question being, who or what inspired you to become a VTuber?
I think like for me, I always wanted to be one. Like I used to represent myself with like a PNG anyway. Because I was always in like D&D, I was in Monster of the Week, and you know, back then I would grab like the character I felt most connected with during that time. And it was kind of crazy to me like how comforting and uplifting it can be to not just like, I guess, put yourself out there in webcam form. And it's a lot more expressive, and it gives life to something that doesn't typically have life in it.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. But then how did you find VTubing? What led you down the rabbit hole? Or did you see it initially with like Kizuna Eye?
Yeah. That was like my first time ever seeing it. I was like, oh my god, it's a thing.
I remember seeing Kizuna Eye back then, but I only started seeing stuff about her, I think it was around in 2018, because that's only when I got into anime and stuff. What was that? That was my 11th grade, I think? Yeah. Yeah, so I got into anime and stuff very late, otherwise I was literally just a Skyrim gamer and some other RPGs and stuff, but otherwise, yeah. And no, because Kizuna Eye has been a thing since what, 2016?
I think so. I just remember all of us were like pointing at the screen and we were like, "We're not crazy. It's a thing."
By all of us, I'm assuming you mean like your, like DMs or what?
Hmm.
Okay, you're like we can actually animate our characters.
Yeah, because that was like a really big thing back then. You know, everyone that was starting to live stream D&D was like, how do we put our characters out there in a way? And we were like, yo, we can make the character.
We can become the character. That's actually an interesting thing as well, because one of my first commissions was a group commission from a D&D group where they wanted 5 of their 4 players and a Strahd model rigged, because they were going to do a Curse of Strahd playthrough. And yeah, they came to me with that. And I think that was about my first experience with DND. Sorry, I've been addicted to Dead by Daylight, and I'm gonna keep messing up DND with DBD.
We accept it.
They're so close to each other. Have you ever played DBD, if I may ask?
I tried it in the past, and I walked in, and I got very scared, and then I left.
It's much better now. It's not as scary as it was back then, from what I've seen, at least. I didn't play back then, so...
People, I get jump scared by, like, having to do the machine-timed
the skill check?
Yeah, the skill checks was literally scared me, and I was like, no, bye!
It's too sudden, it's too loud. And then next moment, you miss the skill check, and the next moment you just hear the terror radius, your heart goes thump, 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 thump. It gets faster, it gets louder, and next moment, there's Michael Myers right on your ass. But okay. Skill check, that's not a D20. I usually don't read chat during the stream, but that one was too good, Simon. But okay, let me then ask, so what inspires you now that you are a VTuber, now that you are a moving, living version of your main character? What inspires you when it comes to content and how you want to do things?
Like, are we talking people? Are we talking, like, content?
You can talk both.
Because if it's people, I've been really inspired by Junk. Because for me, the most inspiring thing is people who inspire others. And, like, he has so much kindness, no matter where he is or what he's doing. And for me, like, showing that kindness to others and, like, bringing people in and kind of breaking down the walls and being like, hey, content creators don't have to be untouchable, is kind of like the thing that's inspiring to me. Because I've seen things in his Discord that, like, have made me cry at how kind they were. And that's something I think that I wanted to pass on as, you know, myself.
Yeah, you wanted a similar kind of community and feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, what about VTubing is something that, like, interests and fascinates you the most? You know, other than being able to bring your D&D character to life.
Like, the fascinating point for VTubers is, like, how many doors it opens for creative ideas. Like, I remember having nights where I was sitting in bed and, like, my eyes would shoot open and I would be like, oh, I could make this. I could do this. Like, I think I'm really interested in the art and animation, like, side of things.
Okay. Did you do your art and your rigging?
I did the initial concept art. I did the design. And then Heaven Mosaic did the rest of, like, the art and the rigging.
Oh, okay. I know of Heaven Mosaic. I think I've worked with one of their artists. I've worked with multiple of their artists before. or it's one that I've worked with multiple times. I'm not entirely sure.
They have a really good team.
They do. They really do. No, they do some quality work. I wish that I would be able to join some kind of work guild like that, or artist guild, or I don't know what you call it. Group. No, I just want consistent artists to work with, to be honest, if we put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, they did a fantastic job. And then what? How long did it take you to do your initial design?
I think I spent about 3 days. I did like an initial sketch, and then I sat down and was like, what do I want to keep? What do I don't want to keep? Because I think I was gonna have like way wilder hair. My horns were different. I had like a cloak that wasn't torn to shreds.
Hey, don't worry, my initial design was also very different from what I have now. For one, I was a guy. I had bigger titties as a guy. I was ripped. I was ripped. I had pecs for days.
I'm here for it.
No, I've decided I'm gonna stick to being a Bobby Niku. I'm gonna keep getting more female models until I can get this one artist. You might know him, Jovru.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until I can get a Jovru model. Until then, I'm not gonna go back to being a guy. That sounds so weird. I like having boobs too much, okay?
Boobs are good.
They are.
Why
They're
would you
amazing.
not want boobs?
I know, right? They're amazing. And plus, having a female model inspires more people to draw female art of me. So, hey. I don't mind at all. I like being what I like looking at.
You see this bean? Drop boobs.
This beam? Exactly. That's just how it works, you know? Just like, you see me? Adore me. Adore me like one of your French girls. But okay, then we'll move into a bit of a hypothetical question. One that gets the gears spinning a bit. One that I kind of forced you into rebranding earlier, just before we started. If you could rebrand, what would you rebrand into and why?
I don't think I could actually ever rebrand, but if I had to, as a hypothetical, I feel like I would be another creature of terror. Like, maybe like one of those great old ones, Kraken-esque, like Lovecraftian girls.
Ah. I know a couple. I know of, or at least I know of a couple eldritch horrors. So I'm assuming that's a no-go for the B route then?
No VTuber.
No VTuber, damn it. That comes on from so as we were in the starting soon screen, my boy Simon told me, hey, your links in the description don't work. Yeah, it seems out I missed a B, so it was Lucy Buzz instead of Lucy Bubz. And you know what, speaking of, it's perfect time to plug. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode so far, drop a like down below, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and go check out my wonderful guest at Lucy Bubz on Twitter and Twitch. That is just LuciBubz. And yeah, on both Twitter and Twitch, exactly the same. And you can find our links in the chat, in the description, and in the show notes. Otherwise, for me, just go check out FNV.cod.co. That's it. That's all you need to do. And then we'll move away from the bees, and instead
I'm gonna find a VTuber with like a B in their name and take it.
You gotta wait. What?
I'm gonna find someone with a B in their name, and I'm gonna take it.
Oh, just take the B.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a couple. I mean, they're preferably just Simon. If you take his B, it'll be preferably just Simon. I don't think he'll miss the B too much. I'm sure it will be preferable to keep it, but oh well. It sounds like a him problem.
Coming for your B.
You coming for my B? You coming for my booba?
Oh no!
Egon. Okay. Then we shall move on away from the B movie, away from all the bees, before we get stung. Why did you start making content? What got you into the shoot? Why did you want to stream it? Why did you want to stream D&D?
I think I
asking
wanted to
too many questions at once.
No. I wanted to connect with others and kind of change the game. Like I said earlier, I feel like people can be kind no matter how big they grow. I think it's like really important to reach out to people and really change the game and talk about like creators sitting down and connecting with their communities on not just like a higher level. Like I think it's important for everyone to say like, hey, there's a human behind that model. We can all like sit down like rational people.
Yeah. No, we can definitely sit down and chat on a chair and a couch for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. Then after that, what's your preferred type of content? Now I feel like this is gonna be a very obvious question.
Art.
100% art.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking karaoke.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. I mean, maybe.
Maybe. You gonna go into karaoke in the future? Do you have any... Okay, let me change that question. Since I'm assuming that the proper answer to that question is D&D. Or is it? Or is
every
it
question is not D&D.
It's
not
not.
every question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then what is art your preferred content to make? How often do you do art then?
At this point, it's been daily.
Daily. Damn. What else is what else has been a staple?
I think I wanted to go into music and making covers in the past, but it just hasn't felt like the right time yet. And I'm starting to get into animation.
Ooh. What do you wish to animate?
Currently, I have not let my lore out of the bag since like even before debut. I've never put it out there.
Oh.
So I figured it's about damn time.
Gotta make a whole ass anime movie about the lore. Animate the whole thing. Is it gonna be Makoto Shinkai level?
I wish.
That's asking a lot, I know. Makoto Shinkai is just on another level. Or at least his movies are usually.
Kind of craving like animatics. At least until like I'm doing art full time, but for right now it's like, cool, this is rough, but I like it.
That could be said for many things in life. Like
Oh my
sand.
God.
Like sand. Get your mind out of the gutter.
My mind is not in the gutter. I was thinking about cat tongues.
Well, I was thinking about shark skin.
Oh, also good.
Yeah. Have you ever stroked a shark?
It's like stroking sandpaper. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But it's only one way. One way is smooth, and then you go the other way, and it tears your skin off.
Yeah.
At least that's what it feels like. The other day, I can't remember what it is, but I remember that. I remember now that there was something else that was similar to it. I really can't remember what it was. Oh, it was my beard.
No.
Because I went for a shave. I went to the barber and I got a fresh cut, and they cleaned my cheeks up for me, let me keep my mustache and my goat. But they cleaned up the cheeks with the razor. And I went down and I was like, dude, when going down you feel nothing, and then when you go up, and it's like a cat's tongue, like a shark skin. It's like down you feel nothing, up.
Oh, so you're a shark now.
Oh, apparently. Well, guys, I'm rebranding Zarastro arc now. We've had Seal Rastro, now it's time for Shark Rastro. The prey becomes the predator. But okay, what are avenues of content creation that you haven't gone into yet that you want to in the future once you have the resources, or just the option?
I feel like the answer that everyone gives as far as like avenues of content that they don't have resources for is like original music. The fact being that it just takes so many resources to coalesce, and it's like, oh, one day, not today.
One day in the future. Hopefully, at least.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I feel that. I've worked on covers and stuff before. None of them have gone out. I've got like 2 that I'm happy with and are ready to go out, but it hasn't happened. And I really want to get into writing my own music, but I just fucking don't have the brain for it. I can't write good lyrics and then get a tune to it. Otherwise, I wrote some lyrics that I'm happy with, that I like. I know how to sing it. I can't get a tune to go with it. Otherwise, I've made a riff or riffs on the guitar that I like. I don't know what to put words to it.
It's like you get one or the other. There's no in between.
Yeah, there's no in between. Meanwhile, one of my friends is writing a metal album, and I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, let me in on that. I'll play the rhythm. I'll just play the zeros on the guitar. I'll turn it into gent.
Let me in here. I'll play a maraca.
Hey, you play the maraca. I'll play the triangle. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're gonna turn this fucking shit into a band. Well, then, what has been your biggest weakness in VTubing? That's like, okay, the example I'll use is I suck at making shorts. That's what I mean. Like, weakness when it comes to just VTubing as a whole, I guess. But specifically content based.
I used to be very procrastinating.
Mood.
So I feel like I have more than one weakness. One is like I would procrastinate, but it was out of social anxiety. Like if I wanted to do a collab, I would be like, how do I approach shit? And then it would just never happen. And I'd be like, well, okay, new schedule. No longer.
FNV with Zara is no
thing I
longer
said
happening.
I was gonna do. It's now Minecraft.
I'm glad that I didn't make you have to remake your schedule then. We stuck to the schedule. I'm happy.
That was past Lucy.
That was past Lucy?
Now Lucy is just kind of in that box of like, how do I approach people? I don't want to have to deal with, like, there's so many negatives that are set in place for just talking to people nowadays, where it's like, it's mind-boggling because it's like you either want clout or you're like, oh, they're bigger than me, they won't ever talk to me.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Like, for me, it's a bit of both. Like, yes, I want a tiny bit of clout because I want the show to grow. But also, it's like, bro, this person's got like 15k followers on Twitter. I've got 1k. They ain't gonna respond to me. And then half of the people I want to invite, their DMs aren't even open. So it's like, I have to get to a point where they follow me first. And then I can invite them onto the show. and otherwise it's just getting ignored. Like you send you send the message and never gets answered, or yeah, it's just you go into spam and never see it. It's pain.
Either that or they're just really fucking cool, and it's like at that point it's like, I don't know how to approach that. I'm a nerd. I can't cope with that.
True. I've had that. I was just like, I don't know how to react.
I am a dork. You say hi, I'm like, ah.
You say hi, I say say hi in reverse. I start speaking jumble. I start speaking in reverse. But okay then how about when it comes to, actually before I ask this question, how long have you been doing VTubing? When did you start?
I think I started October 2021.
Okay. So I've got a year up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started October 2020, which means, by the way, you're going on the list. I'm putting
Of October VTubers?
No. You'll see. You'll probably get the notification. But you're going on the list. The list for my core highs. People who started after me. It's just the way I keep track. And you're also going on to, actually you're going on to 3 lists. The hit list, the FNV guest list, and the core highs list. Ask about the hit list.
I was about to ask about the hit list.
It's prepare yourself for when your day eventually comes.
We do not talk about the hit list.
No. You can check it out. It's public. It's a public list. You can go see what it is. But, yeah. Regular listeners know by now what the hit list is. But yeah, okay. Now that we have it. So you've been doing VTubing for over a year by now.
Mm-hmm.
A year and 3 months? 4 months? Well, how much? October is the 10th month, so that's a year and 3 months. Yeah, about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then let me ask, what has kept you going and kept you motivated since you've started? What keeps you fighting burnout?
I think just giving my brain ideas that are serotonin, like pure serotonin. Like, for example, it's like, hey, this project would be really cool. And that's why, like, I'm not in burnout right now, because my brain is like, yeah, animate lore video.
Let's go.
And then previously it was like, yeah, animate something for the Persona TTRPG. Oh, Jesus. So it's like, I keep trying to animate booba. So I try and find things that are engaging both for me and for my content, so that I never run into burnout. Even if I am burnt out, it's like, oh, I can still work on this. I'm tired, but like, give me my pen. Hand it over. Thanks.
Okay. So you just power through it. You just keep your brain busy so that it doesn't think about, fuck, I'm tired.
If you distract your brain from fuck, I'm tired, you will never think about fuck, I'm tired.
True words have never been spoken. I'm gonna clip that and put it as a short. Be like Lucy's way of fighting burnout. Just be like, easy, lie to yourself.
Make nat 20 every day, baby.
Make a 20-sided die, but every side is just a 20.
Exactly.
Maybe with
It's
the
rigged.
alt 1. Make 1-1 so that it doesn't seem totally against, like, you know, totally weighted. Or maybe
That seems misfortunate.
maybe a 1 is bad. Make it a 19.
Yeah, we'll make
Then
it a
it's-
19.
Then it's at least not a 20. And then add a 10 in there, so when you're getting a day where you're just lazy and you don't want to do shit, you're on a 10.
We call that mid.
Exactly. That's reserved for Wednesdays. Because Wednesdays are mid. Actually, wait, no, Thursdays are mid. Thursdays are in the middle of the week. No, it is Wednesdays. Yeah, Sundays are at the beginning. Huh. Who would have thought?
Maybe I'm weird. I'm like Garfield. I don't prefer Mondays.
I don't like Mondays either. I mean, I do because I stream on Mondays. So any day I stream is a happy day. Other days I'm just sat there fucking thinking, what am I gonna do to pass the time? Because unfortunately that's just how it is with me. Because I really want to stream more, but can't because there's people in my house all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I need to be available for certain things, and I got work that I need to do every now and then, at least. So, yeah, no, I feel that. I don't like Mondays. But okay then. So then, the next question that I have for you is, what is the biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome as a VTuber? This kind of goes... It's along the lines of the weakness question,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say that this is something that you, we'll put it as something that you have overcome already.
Branding, concept, and then locking in, and then investing is like the biggest hurdle I think I have faced, was locking into something that I wanted to be, and then putting money into it when initially I was like, I don't have a lot, but I'm gonna do what I can. And so I started making my own assets before super investing.
Okay.
But I think that's like a hurdle that we all face, is like, I want this, how do I get this?
Yeah. That initial
Point A to C.
initial investment, it's something that people don't. It is a bit of a barrier. Because I mean, like for me, I didn't have money. I didn't have any dollars because I didn't earn any dollars. So I was like, okay, I gotta figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get this shit started. So I commissioned one of my friends for $10 to do just a PNG, a character design for me, and then I split it and rigged it myself. And then I learned, oh wait, rigging is a service I can offer. Let's go. And now I do that shit full time. So I'm happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well then, what did you what was the hurdle you had to overcome then after, if there have been, after you started?
It's been a while because I don't think I've had like any bumps in my journey. I guess biggest hurdle is like probably planning.
Planning what?
Well,
just like
trying to get
stuff.
Schedules out, getting streams out, like
okay.
fighting that burnout was like the biggest hurdle for me back in the day. But aside from that, it's been pretty smooth.
Okay. I see someone in chat mentioning that you started streaming before becoming a VTuber.
I used to be a goblin.
You used to be a goblin?
I once upon a time was a goblin.
Now you're a better...
now I'm a gremlin.
Okay, that's arguably worse. It's arguably worse than a goblin, but we all love gremlins anyways, so it's fine. There's still love to have. But okay then, now that we've talked about the past a bit, how about the future? So what are your goals with VTubing and content creation? Where do you want to take this?
I think like the biggest goal for me is creating a safe space. A while back, I used to handle a lot of things by myself. And I want to create a space that, people don't have to be like alone in, because I didn't realize I didn't have to be alone. And that's one of the most important things to me, is like, even though I'm hiding behind the image of someone who is far more charismatic than I am, it doesn't mean that we're not all still human, like at our base.
Yeah. No, I do agree with what you just said about the character being a lot more charismatic for myself, because I'm like, yeah, no, she's way hotter than me. And she's got horns. I don't have horns. I wish I had horns.
Exactly.
My parents always used to say, don't wear a hat or a beanie inside, you're gonna grow horns. Now I wear beanies and I'm like, bro, they lied. I'm like, where my horns go? I don't see them. They ain't here. There's this thing I get to a horn is a fucking bump. And I get when I hit my head against something.
No. I just gotta buy you some horns and like put them on.
Yeah. I'm going to Comic-Con this year, and I want to see if I can maybe get horns to just kind of cosplay myself. Because I'm not really... This will be my first con that I go to, ever. Because it's the first time that Comic-Con's in Cape Town. Down here in South Africa. So, yeah, I'm just like... I am gonna go. It's 100%. It's a guarantee. And I'm just thinking, do I just go and not do a cosplay at all or anything? Or do I, like, at least just buy horns and ask my mother to fucking paint an eye scar so that I can kind of cosplay myself? And I don't know. I'm still debating. I'm still thinking about it. I'm probably just gonna end up going as me, not doing a cosplay or anything.
See, that's something I always have to think about. It's like, with the design, it's like, do I want to go as this or do I want to go as something else? Because, like, for Lucy, I would literally have to buy boobs.
Her boobs are way bigger than yours.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It was a miscalculation.
Don't worry, Zara's boobs are also bigger than mine. And she's kind of flat.
One day.
No, I don't want boobs. I like boobs. I don't want them myself, like physically. I'm happy with where I am. I'm a fucking twink. I'm skinny as shit. People look at me and they're like, are you underweight? And I'm like, no, I've got a beer belly. I'm like, I want to lose this bitch. I want to go back to being like 50 kilos. Actually, no, I'm happy where I am, to be honest.
I feel that. It's like, it's different, but like it's something that I feel comfortable in.
Yeah. Mainly for me, it's just like, I like the art. And how can I not? The art is great. And she's hot. Like, if people ask me, why are you using a female model if you are a guy, and like, you know, there's no reason for me to be using a gender bend. I'm just like, she's hot.
But I want to.
That's the only reason I need. That's the only reason I need. She's hot.
Exactly.
Are you gonna argue? No, you can't. She might be a bit pale, but whatever. She just needs some time in the sun. But okay, then we'll go with oh shit, that's sort of the last question we have on the thing. So that means we'll get to the Q&A soon. So if you guys have any questions, please ask them in chat. And then, yeah, the last question that I have for you is, what has been your greatest achievement and or wait, what is it? The greatest achievement or happiest moment you've had since you've started?
So I have two answers for this question, because the greatest achievement and the happiest moment are two separately different things.
Yeah.
the greatest achievement I've had in this journey was back when I was with the Wrecking Crew, and we donated, I think, over $40,000 to the Trevor Project. I think it was the Trevor Project, but it was $40,000 for charity. Which I remember someone donating just so that we could hit $42,069.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the final number.
That's a Chad move.
The happiest moment I've had has been spending holidays and birthdays with the people around me in my community. And I nearly cried. Like, I didn't want to cry on stream, but I was so close to crying. They gave me like one of those little kudo boards at my birthday, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I've been in a couple of them. Like, help make some of them for. Well, okay, no, sorry, not help make something. More just like put one of the posts on there for a couple of my friends. And yeah, no, I can always just see the amount of love put into those kudo boards is just amazing.
We just have a tradition now where we all get together and I play the coin game. The coin game. No, the coin game.
Okay.
It's this little arcade simulator. Giant expensive world, and it's great. It's our tradition now.
Wait, what is it? What do you do in the coin game?
So there's like 5 different arcade areas in the coin game, and it's all built around like simulating what it's like to be in an arcade. So you have like the little games where you can put the coins in and then try and get the slider to knock them off the edge.
Oh, the coin pusher.
Yeah, there's like a coin pusher,
those.
There's crane games, there's like stacker, there's like anything that you could think of in an arcade. Like if you've been to Dave & Buster's or even like an old school arcade, they have just about anything that you could think of.
Okay.
I think they have like bumper cars. There's like a dock area where there's a money grabber and like all these giant amusement park rides.
Money grabber is what people just call me. I'm joking. Nobody's called me that except myself.
And I think our tradition is we go to the fireworks stand and we buy fireworks and we set them off in the grocery store.
In the grocery store?
In the grocery store. You can buy snacks and like give prizes, and we just set it off.
Why specifically in the grocery store? What did they do to you?
Well, there's no other human beings in the game. Everyone's a robot.
Oh. So it's like Job Simulator.
Like, yeah.
There's robots everywhere. I mean, robots can still
really
burn.
Weird.
They can still explode.
Yeah, but they just kind of yell at you. It's like, hey, don't put fireworks in the store. And it's like, oh, you're doing it anyway.
They're like the hall monitors. Like they can tell you to stop, but they've got fuck all power.
Yeah, they're literally the hall monitors, and like you have robots show up to your birthday party, and it's like, cool, I'm in this by myself. How am I going to entertain myself? Oh, I know.
Fireworks. You're gonna turn into iShow Speed from that one clip when he said the Pikachu.
The Pikachu.
With a Pikachu firework in his. What was that? What do you call that? Is that a firework? Because it doesn't blow up.
It was like a spinning sparkler.
Yeah, a sparkler. That's the word. Yeah. That was
mixed
fucking
with
stupid.
A Roman candle.
A Roman candle sparkler. Bro. Why did he decide to do it in his room? Is my question.
I don't know. I just remember him being so happy and being like, "Yeah, look at this!" And he put it like the fire to, it and it started going off, and he was like, "Ah!"
One of the
like a fireman come into his room.
I mean, I would hope so. Because that shit fell over, didn't it?
Yeah, it fell over like onto the bed and then it shot off like into
Yeah.
the distance. So we didn't know what happened to it.
Yeah. My man's crazy though. I've seen some crazy shit happening there. It's insane how he blew up from Talking Ben though.
Mm-hmm.
Is it called Talking Ben?
I think it is
I think it
Talking
is.
Ben.
I know it's like Talking Tom, which is like it's surreal because I used to play that game when I was a kid on my neighbor's ex-wife's iPad. Like when we would go over and my parents would just have a barbecue. It would just be me and my brother. And then like I'd ask her for an iPad and then it's like, okay, thank you. And then we'd just play games on it.
Mm.
We'd play that. What was the other one? I think it was some kind of runner game. You know, like Subway Surfers?
Like Flappy Bird?
No. It was like a is it a Temple Run?
I think it is Temple Run.
I think it is Temple Run. Temple Run 2 was the one we played. And yeah, no, I just remember like, bruh, Talking Tom was like back then. And now my man's playing Talking Ben in 2022. And he blows the fuck up. What?
Are you a ghost? Yes.
Yes. And then, but my favorite was when Ben continuously hung up on him.
No.
Ben, do you love me? No. Are you for real? No. Wait, so that means you do love me? No.
No.
And then I can't remember what he asked, and then Ben just hangs up on him. Fucking loved it. Oh, it was hilarious. But okay, yeah, we've reached the end of our main questions. We went through them quick, so that means Q&A time, and otherwise just general chatting. So guys in chat, if you have any questions you would like to ask Lucy or either me, put it down below in chat. Put it there. And then I was expecting it. I knew it would come immediately. Simon asks, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Please roll me an intelligence check.
I'm on my way. That's a 17. Check
It's a 17.
me.
It's a 17. Okay. I'll answer the question. That's our answer. 17 is our answer. You get the feeling that a woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood. Okay, yeah, 17 passes then. You win. You got it. Let's go. Simon, you win easier on her. You'd let her roll. Usually we just let people try. And it's like, you know, it's either you know it or you don't.
See, if you roll, it indicates having to know. It's like, do I know this? God!
It was 16 to beat it? Oh, shit. Oh, man, I actually planned shit out. He actually planned it out.
I want to be like that moist critical gif where he just like raises his arms and fades out.
Oh, yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I'm talking about. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Did you see the video that he put out recently of the guy with the face from the slapboxing?
I have not.
So someone in my chat, I think it was Monday or something, they were like, did you see it? And I was like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then last night, while the power was out, I was watching that video from Moist. And let me just grab you the thumbnail. Because holy hell, my man's face. Why can't I see the thumbnail? Okay, wait. I've got this. I've got vidIQ. I can open the thumbnail in a separate tab. I'm assuming you're just looking it up since it's faster. Let me get it here. View full thumbnail. And then there. And for anybody curious in chat, that's what I'm talking about. Look at my man's face.
Who hurt you?
The people
my
in the slap
God.
competition. But the thing is, right? He showed up to that slap fight with his cheeks already swollen.
I mean, he looks like he had a stroke, and that's concerning.
He does.
To my brain.
My man was bleeding. His contusion started bleeding from slaps. They slapped so hard, he was bleeding on the cheek.
I think my brain is just like, how does that happen? It's a flat surface. It's not supposed to hurt you.
My question is more, how was it allowed to continue?
Exactly.
Because at that point, that wasn't the end of the fight, by the way, where that screenshot's taken. That's not the end of the fight. That's like halfway through. That's like 3/4. There were still at least 4 slaps after that. How?
No.
No. +1 damage and +1 strength modifier adds up to a lot in the end.
At best, it can add up to 6.
Only 6? Oh yeah.
Unless like you
Yeah,
go
it is
higher
+6.
than
If you've
+5.
got
but-
20 in it, if you've got 20 in the skill or in the value, yeah, it's +6. By the way, what's you smoking? I hear that. I hear the vape.
Oh,
What's you smoking?
no.
What you smoking? I'm smoking myself. What you smoking?
Happy End by Sad Boy, which is a blue raspberry cotton candy.
Ooh, you like the sweet stuff, the desserts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a fruity guy. I like my fruity things. I'm currently smoking, what is it? I've got 2 flavors. One is a purple lemonade. It's like a ice grape peach mix. And the other one I've got is a blue raz squeeze. Blue raz and blueberry. Now, I've never heard of a blue raspberry, so I don't know what the fuck they're on about, but it tastes good.
It's like a Jolly Rancher.
It's like a Jolly Rancher. We don't have those here. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Level 20 Barbarian with one of those. 1d4 on unarmed damage traits. Level 20 Barbarian Monk, then. 11 damage max. With a slap. I mean, honestly, the guy that he was slapping against, he did look pretty brutish. He did look like a unit of a man.
He looks bad.
He does look bad. It didn't end well for him, as you can see. Actually, I don't know who won the fight. Charlie didn't say in the... He didn't say in the video who won it. Because he was like, go watch it for yourself. Trust me, you should. Let me see if I can just grab a shot of the opponent. Yeah, here it is. Look at the height and size difference, by the way. Like, by the way, just look at the height and size difference between these two men. They are... There's a difference. And it's visible. And he's still... And he showed up with a swollen cheek. And he's like, yeah, I can take this guy.
No.
The first 6 slaps, right? That the guy with the swollen cheek dealt. The other guy laughed it off. He got that slap. And then it was like... he smiles and nods his head. Like, yeah, that was a good slap. I enjoyed it. And after the sixth one, he was like, okay, no. We're getting serious now.
It's like David and a giant.
Yeah. Alright, Wisdom Betwixt asked, Lucy, think you'll ever play a Pathfinder 2E game?
God, yes. Given what's going on right now with
Wizard
everything
of the Coast?
happening with, yep.
Actually, yeah.
I think
I've actually got you on at a perfect time. Give me your thoughts on that. The only bit that I know is what's been covered by Philip DeFranco on his show. So if you could give a small rundown of what's happened for people not knowing what's going on, and then your thoughts on it, that would be wonderful.
It's, oh gosh, my brain is trying to compute words that do not coalesce together. Wizards of Coast want more money. Wizards of Coast take money from players because players make things for Wizards of Coast game. They're like, haha, that's our game, don't do that.
I remember it had something to do with copyright.
Yeah, it's very much like this giant fiasco of Wizards being like, oh yeah, we said XYZ, and then backtracking. But I think we're going to see a lot of people switching to Pathfinder, which has been great to its audience, and has a lot more customization.
Wait, so what's the difference between Pathfinder? I mean, I've played one that other session that I meant earlier, or that I mentioned earlier, was a Pathfinder session, and otherwise my brother does normal 5e stuff. But what would you say is the main difference between Pathfinder and normal 5e?
It's kind of like a different number system. It's still relatively similar, but there's way more customization on Pathfinder's side. So you have larger stats. Like, I remember sitting down and playing D&D with a group of friends, and they were like, hey, we want to see these two characters fight. And I was like, that's a Pathfinder character. I'm in 5e. And we sat down and we were like, so which one's going to beat which? Like, her stats were way higher than mine. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to try and beat that. And I used every trick I had up my sleeve. And technically, I pulled it off.
Yo.
But it was very wild seeing how different the numbers run. Like, prime example of a difference, gnomes in 5e are just gnomes. Gnomes in Pathfinder, if you get bored, you die.
If you get bored, you die.
Yeah, if you're a gnome in Pathfinder and you get bored, you die.
Wait, how does that work?
I don't know.
How do you die of boredom?
You literally die of boredom.
So, like, they constantly need to be busy with something, like just drinking alcohol the whole time.
Could be anything.
Because I don't think you can ever be bored when you're drunk. And if your permanent state of being is drunk, you're never bored. How's the logistics work with that? How do you die once you get bored? How do you know once you get bored?
It's a good question that I
Is
don't
it
know
just
how to
like,
answer.
It's just like, I'm bored. Eyes just keel over instant. What kind of death is it? Slow and painful, like the boring way it should be.
Let's see.
How does that work? Simon says, my brother has been trying to homebrew the living hell out of D&D. Would Pathfinder be better for this?
I don't know Pathfinder as well as I do 5e. I know WizV would know the answer to this question because WizV runs a lot of things in Pathfinder. I think for me, it's easier in 5e because I know the system. But Pathfinder, it's much different and would require like so many more aspects to look at. Whereas like 5e has kind of dumbed it down to a couple of topics.
Wisdom says Pathfinder is a much different game from D&D. Requires much less homebrewing.
Because I think, what is it? Most of the time, Pathfinder already kind of has a plan for what you're looking to do. Whereas D&D has very set standards. Okay.
So you're more free, kind of. Well, actually,
definitely
wait, no.
more free.
Yeah. Okay. And then, you know, I just thought of something. Have you watched Stranger Things?
I have.
What did you think of it?
I loved it. I'm waiting for the next season.
Same. I binged that shit in 3 days. At that time, I was watching it on my second screen and then working while watching, and then eventually, like, that's usually how I work, because since I can work from home with rigging and all that, and I've got ADHD, I can't just work and not do anything else, so I always watch something on my second screen while working. And the way
I usually
it works,
have to have like white noise, I think.
My white noise, if I really need it, is just putting my music ear-deafeningly loud in my headset. Like, block out the entire world. I don't want to hear myself think. I just want to do and listen to music, and that's it. But no, when I was watching Stranger Things, it would get to a point where it's like, I would work for 5 minutes, watch for 20. And then eventually just like, okay, fuck it, you're going on the main screen now, I'm watching. And then binge like an entire season in a day.
I think I'm just like really excited to make the realization that the guy that plays Jim Hopper also plays, I think, the Red Guardian from Marvel.
Wait, he does?
Yeah.
What?
If you watch Black Widow, I think they're coming out with what is it? Thunderbolts? I can check.
I don't know. I haven't watched the new Marvel movies in a while. Okay. Wisdom says Pathfinder has a rule for everything, while D&D leaves a lot to the DM to handle.
Yep.
Okay. And then Simon says, to specify, he's a massive fan of The Witcher, same, and he's been trying to implement a lot of it, like a lot. Also trying to rework magic to have aspects of the Shannara Chronicles, where the use of magic always has its price. Ooh. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's so weird. For D&D, you would have to conjure whatever system. Like, I've seen people make systems to go beyond level 20. I've seen people make different magic systems, like integrate different aspects of casting. I've seen people do like magical tattoos, and it's like, it's all creator based. It's not something that Wizards of the Coast gave us.
Oh, okay.
And so it's a lot of things that we have to consider when thinking about homebrewing. Is like, does it exist? Probably not. Am I going to have to sit down for like 40 hours and write out a convoluted plan of how this is going to happen? Absolutely.
Am I gonna have to? Yes. Am I gonna?
Maybe.
If you get the time and the willpower for it.
The time, the willpower, and the fact that it won't be taken away from me.
Wait, so then the thing that Wizards of the Coast wanted to do is that, like, they wanted to copyright what players did? Like what they make?
I can check. I just know a lot of things were said about it, and it's a lot for my brain to try and cipher through, like, what's good and what's not.
I know that there recently, in this week, came an update to it where they said, no, we're retracting our statement or something. They said they were going to rework what they said about it because they noticed all of the negativity around it, the backlash. Which, to be honest, I would hope they did.
Yeah, I think they started backtracking when people started canceling their D&D Beyond memberships.
If you want to hurt a company, hurt them where it hurts most, in the wallet.
In the wallet.
Don't speak with your words or actions, speak with your wallet. That's always the most effective way against companies. Because that's all most companies truly care about, the bottom line. If they don't stay above the bottom line, they don't have a company. But I think that's probably gonna be are we gonna call it for the show, this episode? I think we've handled everything pretty well so far, and I mean my power is going out in 40 minutes, unfortunately. And I still gotta prep some stuff before then. So if there are any last questions, yeah, Simon, last question, how are you two doing? You go first.
I'm doing good. I'm not burnt out. I feel motivated.
Hell yeah. That's how we like it. I would say same here. I'm not burnt out, but I am burnt up. Because fuck me, it's hot. And the worst thing about it, right? It's hot and we have load shedding, so our power goes out, then I don't have my fan on me anymore.
No.
And it's summer. Mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. I think I've said that enough that I can probably get a fucking tattoo of it by now. But yeah, I think with that, that's going to be the end. So one last time, if you guys have enjoyed the show so far, drop a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, go check out fnv.crd.co. You know where to go by now. And otherwise, go check out Lucy. She's wonderful. Her links are in the description, in the show notes, and in chat. And otherwise, if you are listening and can't click the links, but you can type, you can find it at Lucy Bubz on both Twitter and Twitch. That is at LA, no, not LA, sorry. It's at LUCIBUBZ. This time I remembered the B. It's not Lucy Buzz.
I will steal your bees.
The joke's on you, I'm an A. Cop.
Well, you just gave me an A, so...
Fuck! No! Did I just give you the boobs I didn't have? But yeah, no, that's gonna be it for the show. So thanks everyone for stopping by. If you guys enjoyed it, I'll see you all next time. But until then, ciao for now.
Sun goes down, our spirits free. Nothing left but our energy. Take my hand, we can go and see a world unknown. Come explore with me. No, explore with me. Yeah, explore.